Greetings, fellow Earthlings and viewers across the World Wide Web. This is Tune 215, and right now we're in the state of California. We're in the city of Los Angeles. We're going to be doing a driving tour of a neighborhood called Skid Row in downtown Los Angeles. We're making a right-hand turn on 2nd Street. We just came off of Los Angeles. It's 65 degrees outside right now. We just passed the 7-Eleven on our right. We have pedestrians on both sides. We got Angelo's Barbershop on our right-hand side. Parking garages on our left and on our right. We're approaching San Pedro. We're going to be making a right-hand turn on the 200 block of San Pedro. We're going to stop for this red light. We got pedestrians crossing. One set of pedestrians looked like they had a meal from 7-Eleven. We got Union Bank on my left-hand side across the street. On my right, it looks like we have some sort of cosplay. There's several individuals dressed up as different characters. We had a dog crossing the street. We had several e-scooters go by. All right, let's make this right on red. I don't see a sign telling us otherwise. I think we're pretty safe to make it right on red. Turn green, so now we're even safer. We're getting a lot of pedestrians to cross. Pedestrians have the right of way. We got a Wells Fargo on my right-hand side. We're about 2 minutes away from our desired start destination. We got Sakura on my right-hand side, Sakura crossing. We're passing a pedestrian crossing. We got Dragon Bowl on my right, which is an Asian restaurant. And we got a Jamaican restaurant, A Beautiful Life, on our right-hand side. We're approaching 3rd Street. We got the Los Angeles Wholesale alley directly in front of us on my right-hand side. I see JK Imports, Downtown Wholesale Distributors, distributors of water pipes, and more. So it looks like you can get wholesale bongs there, wholesale tattoo equipment, basically wholesale products. You pay a lot cheaper than you would if you would go to a retail store. We're passing 3rd Street. We're at San Pedro on 3rd. We're passing a jewel business on my right. I guess they sell that jewel stuff. A smoke toke shop on our right. We got some tents on my right-hand side lining the streets. We got tents on my right-hand side. Check it out. We got ABC Wholesale Dispensary Supplies on our left-hand side. On our right-hand side, we got the Purple Space Wholesale Smoking and Dispensary Supply Business. It's a purple building with a panda who's under the influence with a joint in his mouth as their mascot. We're passing 4th Street. So we're officially in Skid Row. We're in the Skid Row district. We're just going to zigzag through the neighborhood and explore. See what it looks like. We got Silk Plantation Corp on my right-hand side and a floral design business. There's no right-hand turns just yet. I'm going to make a right on the next block, make a right, come around, and then we'll start our exploration. But you'll notice there's tents on my left-hand side across the street. You see those blue tents? They take up a large quarter of the sidewalk. On our right, we have a gentleman sitting on the edge of the sidewalk, leaning up against the wall. We're going to make this right-hand turn on 5th Street. All right, we're turning right on 5th Street. We have encampments galore. Mattresses on my right, thrown on the sidewalk, box springs, tents. You have actual camping tents, and then you have makeshift homemade tents. Dead end on our left. I actually walked through that block before at nighttime. I walked through here probably, I would say, almost 12 a.m. It's on my channel, it's documented in case anybody's interested in checking it out. We got the downtown skyline directly in front of us, beautiful skyline. We're at Wall and 5th Street. I guess you could say Wall Street, right? We're going to make this right-hand turn on Wall Street. We got a female. We're going to allow her to cross. She's talking on the phone. Nike jumpsuit. Got some bags in her hand. iPhone. I seen they had 4 lenses, unless it was a Samsung. We got the Toy District public parking on our left. We're right next to the Toy District also. We're going to make a right-hand turn coming up. We got a little teeny dog on my right-hand side. We're going to turn right on Winston, 300 block of East Winston. We got graffiti lining the streets on both sides. Now, a lot of this is illegal graph on our left, meaning they didn't ask for permission. It's a simple throw-up. A throw-up is a term for a bubble letter. So whenever you see graffiti that looks like bubble letters, that's called a throw-up. The objective is to throw it up there quick. It doesn't need to be perfect. Look, you got him on the Devo bike on my right. Somebody shining up this Saturn on my left. Female walking by eating ice cream on my left. Gentleman on my right was laid on the ground. We're approaching San Pedro Street. We got Star Gifts on my right. A huge tent on my left. You seen that? Incredibly huge. So we're going to make a left and we're going to make a right and go through Skid Row. Because this side we're closer to the Toy District and all that stuff, and the Fashion District. Once we go right, we're going to end up right in Skid Row. San Pedro Wholesale Center on my left-hand side. Empire Floral and Craft Inc. Vin Creative Craft on our left, craft store. Look at tents right here on the corner. You see these tents? Look at it. We're going to slow down right here because we ain't got no choice here. It's a red light. There's tents right here on the street side, guys. It's real out here. It's real. It don't get no realer. We're at 4th and San Pedro. Across the street on my left-hand side, you look across the street, there's tents right in front of that Ron Beasley Wellness Center. The people concerned. Wow, listen to that. The people concerned. You're concerned for the people, but you got people sitting out front of your building in tents. Now, I don't know. People got mixed emotions about Skid Row. People feel that they got themselves there, so there's no reason to feel pity for them. Then you have the other side of the consensus that feels as though, like, you know, they're humans. You got to care for all the sheep. Be the shepherd and guide them no matter what. Let's make this right-hand turn, Crocker Street. I'm going to make this right-hand turn on 4th and Crocker. Now, I'm a firm believer that at the end of the day, these are humans living in these conditions. You know, they may appear to be in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, while my guy is smoking a pipe right there. He was smoking a crack pipe, bro. Either a crack pipe or that was like a little bong where a pipe where he stuffed, some bud, but that looked like a straight-up crack pipe. We got tents on our left, tents on our right. We're traveling about 10 miles an hour. I do have a vehicle behind me. You got the e-scooters parked up. You got somebody on my left walking in the middle of the street. We're at 5th Street. Now, I'm going to make a right on 5th, and then we'll come back around. We're going to end back up in this area anyway. I just want to show you the extensive nature to the tents set up out here on 5th. You guys didn't get a chance to see this side of 5th because we turned right after San Pedro. Somebody's shining up a Mercedes on my right-hand side, you see? Shining up a Mercedes-Benz. Let's make this left-hand turn right here on San Pedro. Now, I'm not sure what type of social services they provide for people out here on Skid Row. I do understand there's people who pray for people out here. I know there's people who buy food for people out here. Now, there's people who are known. You got people like Crip Mac, Fafa Crip, who is a public influencer. He takes it upon himself to buy food on a weekly basis and give it out to people out here in LA. He's from LA, though. He's part of the Crips. Then you got unknown people who come out here. And I'm sure you probably got nonprofit organizations and different people, entities who come out and try to provide food for the people who are out here, Again, tents on my right. You notice how people walking by, but there's tents. Some of these tents, if I can look at them and give you an idea on size, I would say 15 by 10 feet, 12 by 12, 10 by 10. 14 by 14. Like, there's some big tents. Some of the small ones like 8 by 8, 6 by 6. But a lot of them, they just take up like 20 feet by 10 feet of the sidewalk and say, this is my sidewalk. Let's make this left at 6th Street. Now, to my understanding, from what I've been told, this part of the city has been this way for over 20, 30, 40 years. I'm not sure. Look, we got police on our right. I'm not from the LA area, so only a true LA resident can tell you and verify how long Skid Row has looked this way. But it's like this day and night. And I'm uncertain if it's more active day or night. But I know I've been out here both day and night, and it looks the same. We got the Wayne Art Center on our left-hand side. We're on the 400 block of East 6th Street. We're going to make this left-hand turn on East 6th Street. We got police right there on my right. You see it? They're using an older cop car. We got some fast traffic driving towards us. All right, I'm going to make this left-hand turn. There's tents straight up this road. Right here on my left-hand side, all along the sidewalk, there's tents. We're next to the Donna and John Crean Center on our right. We got tents on our left, people sitting down. That dude right there looks like he might be under the influence. People sleeping on the floor, on the sidewalk, all along the left. All right, we're going to make this left-hand turn right here. You got a lady pushing a shopping cart on my right. All right, we're turning left off of the 500 block of 6th Street. You can see the debris, the trash, the shopping carts. I seen a cactus. Somebody had a flower pot with a cactus. You got chairs, you got benches, you got everything from office chairs to house tables. I seen flower pots. On the left-hand side, we have a beautiful mural, some artwork. Behind all the urban decay, you'll see the graffiti. Look on my left. You see these tents? These are professional tents. These are quality tents that you would go camping with. Coleman and so on. Those are the brands. Look, they're cleaning somebody else's car right here. Dude got a cowboy hat with the blue shirt sitting on the bucket. He's cleaning somebody's car. Now, I don't know if he's cleaning their car to get by. He's charging them for the service and he's getting paid. They got a little 50cc scooter on my right that was spray painted. They spray painted right over the emblem and the logo and everything. Alright, we're going to continue traveling forward because these cross blocks are filled with tents also. I had a female walking her dog on my left-hand side. Now, if you come out here at night, there's giant rats that just run around, run wild, run through the tents and everything. I've been out here, and when I walked around here, I saw rats running around and running right under their tents. They got flowers. They got flowers. They got patio tables. They got glass tables, full trash can. They got full beds. They got the mattress. They had the bedspread, the quilts. Now, I'm from Kensington. I'm from Philadelphia, Kensington, born and raised in Philadelphia, North Philadelphia East. And we get compared a lot to Skid Row. We get called, the Skid Row of Philadelphia. Now, to my knowledge, other than that one block I saw with a few people that looked like they were, I don't know if they were under the influence, they were abusing a substance, they were laid on the ground or whatever. Most of the people I see here, it doesn't seem like they're out in the open using their substances. They're probably hidden behind the tents, which is not so much like Philadelphia. In Philadelphia, they use it out there in the open. Where on Town Ave, they have needles stuck in their necks right out in the open. Over here, I haven't seen that yet. If you're watching and you're from here and you've seen that, let us know. On our left, we have a group of gentlemen Right behind the Toyota. Pacific Games. On our right, we have a group of people. Vision Services Plan. And see, it looked like maybe they might be trying to help people with glasses. We're at 5th and Town. Again, if we make a right down 5th Street, this whole entire block of 5th Street, there's tints going to my left and going to my right. But we're doing the cross blocks. We got 10 seconds on the counter. 10 seconds. Somebody has what looks to be like the fire hydrant open over there, and they got it pointed to like a bucket, like a red Rubbermaid bucket of water. I don't know. That's what it appears to be from over here. They're running water over there. I guess they probably got the key. Damn, I heard a system. Somebody got a system out there? Yo, they had a fan and everything. Let me find out they got a generator. We got, look at this cheese bus on my left. Spray painted up. I think that's the goal of it. It's supposed to look like a travel bus. On my left and on my right, you'll see tents again. You'll see people just straddling along, walking in the middle of the street, walking on the side of the street, chatting in little groups, colonizing, politicking, communicating, and so on. Let's pass 6th Street. Let's take it one block past 6th Street. 6th Street on my right, again, tents going straight up 6th Street. 6th Street on my left, again, tents going straight up 6th Street. Look, she's giving out water. That female right there was giving out water from her trunk. She has a mask and she's giving out water. That's one of the anonymous people that I was talking about. The people that are not as known as people like Crip Mac. I mentioned Crip Mac because Crip Mac right now, he's an LA native. And he's one of the largest urban names, underground names, that's actually trying to do something out here, specifically in Skid Row. He's a young man. I believe he's 27, 28, give or take, something like that. We're at Town, 7th and Town. I'm going to make this left-hand turn. Again, if we go right, tents. I'm going to go left, though, and then we'll come back around. And I think this spans out for another couple blocks in front of us. There's a sign on my left that reads, "Look out, dog in the area." And they made it like on one of those, we'll buy your house signs. You know, when the people put those signs all around the city. We'll buy your house. Call us now. And they just stick them up on a pole. Well, somebody used that sign, flipped it backwards. And then, wow, she's tattooed all over her throat. Her whole neck is tatted. This one right here. She's crying. Her whole neck is tatted. Her cheek is tatted. Her leg is tatted. Wow, she's just straddling along crying. Kind of whining along. I don't know if she's in pain. I don't know if she's going through withdrawal. I don't know what she's going through. Maybe a trial and tribulation in her life. She got some pretty fresh soles on those sneaks, though. We got a dude in front of us on what looks to be like a little... Oh, no. What is that? Is that a homemade motorcycle? Is that a moped? We got some white wall tires. Some nice motorcycle white wall tires. We got the Metro bus passing us. 7 seconds on this clock. Longest clock ever. They just keep getting longer, don't they? Gentleman in front of us is riding a female on the back of his bike, and I think he's giving her a tour because he's talking about what he's looking at on 7th Street. Look at this bike right here on my left. Oh, this is a moped. Yeah, it's a... That's an e-bike, an e-moped. Yo, he was chilling. He rode on his e-moped. On our right, we got tents. We got a female out there in a dress. She's out there in a dress. We got Rebels motorbikes on our left. It's a business. Let's make this left on Stanford Ave. All right, we're going to make this left-hand turn on Stanford. So now, I think it varies from month to month, season to season, year to year. Because I came here a year ago, and I could have swore there was a lot more on these blocks right here. Now, I don't know if they have a cleanup initiative. We got a female over here on my left. I don't know what she's up to. She looks like she was eating ice cream. One heck of a block to be walking down eating ice cream. So I don't know if they, cleaned this up. From what I hear, like I said, it's been here for a long time. They say Tune, that's been there since the 90s, since the 80s. So, I don't know if people get cleaned off the area they're at and then they come back 6-7 months later, a couple weeks later, a couple days later. Check out the old dude walking by with the white socks, the Feli flip-flop, the blue bike, and he got the Dallas Cowboys jersey. You see it? The Witten 82 jersey on my left. They're giving out something from the trunk. Oh, they're giving out food. Those people right there on my right, they're giving out food from the trunk. They got food in platters and like trays, and they're giving out food, guys. So that goes to show you, we're here witnessing, actual, I guess you can say angels helping. On my right, it looks like they got some tables with clothing. I don't know if it was for sale or if it was for free. You got some people on my right chatting, Volkswagen on my left. You got a gentleman on my right cleaning the truck. A tent on my right. Yamasa Enterprises on our left-hand side, fish cake, importers of Hawaiian foods. Gentleman on my left on an e-scooter, somebody pushing a wheelchair with some clothes and a trash bag. We're at 5th Street, Stanford Ave and 5th. And again, 5th Street from top to bottom. And what's interesting about 5th Street is, on 5th Street, you can see the U.S. Bank building from afar. Huge bank building. That's the one I own in Grand Theft Auto with all the cars, with the 60-car garage, 20 cars in each garage. If you look from the top of that building straight down 5th Street, you'll see all the homeless people on Skid Row, right? You got to imagine there's an exec. There's somebody up there that clocks in every day, probably drives in a... Look at these people on my left. They probably drive in some exotic foreign car, come from their, wonderful gated community, and they clock in and they go up there to the exec office, and they look out from afar. And over 5th Street, you can see. You got the bird's eye view from the U.S. Bank building. You can see all the homeless people out there in tents. You got the Little Tokyo shopping center right in front of us. As you can see, Skid Row is borderline Little Tokyo. I mentioned that in the Little Tokyo tour. In Little Tokyo and even in Chinatown, there's also homeless encampments. And Hollywood Boulevard, there's homeless encampments. Like through random areas around the city, there's homeless encampments. Los Angeles Cold Storage on our left. I think I'll make a right here. Gladys Ave. Artwork on my left. Tents on my right. Bicycles, all sorts of bicycles. Now this would probably be the most hood I've witnessed since I've been here in LA. Now mind you, I've driven through Crenshaw, Compton, Watts, and several other neighborhoods that had rough histories. But this one has the most hood look, and that's because of the trash, the debris, the graffiti, the ambience, the people out and about, walking, congregating, socializing. You got this female over here. I don't know, maybe she was waiting next to that vehicle. That vehicle could have possibly been her male partner. I don't know. I walked through this block. I definitely remember this block right here. Cool Jules. I did a 360 virtual reality walking tour through Skid Row at nighttime. So you can look all around me at any given time as I'm walking. You can look left, right, up, down, and all that, but you got to watch that 360 video. We're approaching 6th Street. Gladys and 6th Street. And again, on my right down 6th Street, on my left down 6th Street, tents. But we're doing the cross blocks as of right now. Shopping cart on my right. There's a ton of shopping carts in this neighborhood. You got another van on my left of somebody helping with food trades. You see that female? So that's damn near the third vehicle. I don't know if they're coming from like a nonprofit or if there's an entity that's funding them. Look on my left, there's a dog out there, pit bull with the owner. I don't know if there's an entity that's providing food and sending these people out in like little troops. Big tents on my left. People just congregating, talking on my right. The Ford building right in front of us. F-O-R-D, Ford. We're in the 900 block at 7th Street. And Gladys and 7th. I'm going to go left. I'm going to keep going left. Keep going to the top of the hood. Now, it's not so much of a neighborhood though. There's not really residential homes. It's not like row homes. It's not like single town homes. But this seems the most hood because of the way it looks. It looks rough. It looks rugged. But when I compared this, because it gets compared a lot, so when I compare from a resident's perspective, I compare this to Kensington. It's similar, but it's not so similar because this spans 12 dozen or so blocks in a grid format of what you see here. In Kensington, it's just one strip, like a half a mile, less than a half a mile strip from Kensington and Lehigh to about Kensington and Tioga or Ontario. It stops around there. It's just one straight strip, and you'll see something. You don't even see these giant tents in Philly. The LA homeless are way ahead of the Philadelphia homeless. That's nothing, no laughing matter, nothing funny, but if I think about it, they're way ahead of it because they got these gigantic tents. In Philly, I don't think they'll let them get that far with those big old sidewalk-sized tents. They did have a few encampments in Philly like this, but small ones. But they didn't last that long before they got cleaned up. You see how they're taking up the whole sidewalk on my right? The whole sidewalk. They got a motorcycle out here. Bro got a motorcycle. You got a porta potty on my left. You saw that? We're traveling about 9 miles an hour. Got some new vehicles out here too. There was a Missouri vehicle parked up right there. A Kia. There's all the graffiti on my left. You got a pop-up camper right here. On my left-hand side. A pop-up camper. Wow, that's perfect housing right there. We're on 6th and Ceres Ave. Or I guess you could say Sears. C-E-R-E-S. Got tents on my right, you see? You see? Tents. Looks like we got little businesses over here on my left, like office buildings, probably real retail space. Seafood restaurant on my right. We got a little venue on my right. Fisherman's Outlet Seafood Restaurant. Wow, that thing is packed. People must love some seafood. Central Ave. Ceres and Central Ave. Just to give you guys an example, I'm going to make this left down 5th Street. We're going to drive down 5th Street, and I'm going to show you that building that I mentioned that you can look out from afar, and you can see everything on Skid Row. Look at. You see that tall building right here? At the end of the road, the tallest one. That's the U.S. Bank building, one of the tallest buildings in downtown. I'm sure there's a CEO somewhere up there who looks out at this every single day. Every single day. Little teeny chihuahua dog on my left-hand side. The dude was jamming, walking with his cigarette jamming. You saw him? The fire hydrant's on my left-hand side. This is 5th Street. Notice how they got the bike lane separated with these little poles? We're passing town. We're coming right back through this part of 5th Street again. We already went through this, but we're going to go up, down a few and see what it looks like going up, down. Look at that pit bull on my left. Super buff dude walking by on my left. Shopping cart on my left. Yellow velour suit dude on my left. Female talking on the phone on my left. We're approaching San Pedro. I'm going to make this left-hand turn on San Pedro. We got a gentleman right here shirtless. Looked like he had some sort of operation on his stomach because he had scarring on his stomach. I don't know if it was stab wounds, kidneys, I don't know. Liver, I don't know how none of that works, but he had some scarring on his stomach. Alright, we already came through here, but we're going to make a left because now we're going to go top to bottom rather than left to right. We got this Toyota in front of us that's about to cut us off. He's literally about to swerve by us in order not to hit the people that's walking by. Union Rescue Mission on our right. Let's make this left on 6th Street. Take 6th Street straight up. We're on 6th and San Pedro. Skid Row is a neighborhood in downtown Los Angeles. The area is officially known as Central City East. As of a 2019 count, the population of Skid Row District was 4,757 people. So about 5,000 people populate this area. And as you can see, probably a high percentage of them are homeless, probably on the street. Let's make this left-hand turn on 6th Street. Now I know there's other entities and other channels that come out and try to help them also. Other content creators and YouTubers. We're at 6th in town. We're approaching Stanford. Shout out to Reg Life. Reg Life is one of the ones that be down here on a regular basis. And he also helps. I've seen on a few occasions he come up out of pocket or through his support and his fan base. They support him so he can get some goods to give away, which is a cool gesture, cool deed. We're passing Gladys Ave. Look, we got tents on my right. I'm gonna make this right-hand turn coming up on Central. We're at 6th and Central. I'm gonna make this right-hand turn. It looks like we can make a right on red. No sign telling us otherwise. All right, we're gonna make this right down. Is this Wildy? Wilder? Is it a dead end? Yeah, that's a dead end. We definitely don't want to go down there. There's tents down there though. There's a tent alone on my left, right there across the street on my left. You see it? Passing industrial. We definitely don't want to go down industrial. Industrial's gonna take us to a crossbar. Yep, crossbar. But there's tents down there too. Let's make this right down 7th Street. 7th Street will take us straight down to San Pedro. That dude look like a supervillain. A supervillain from a Japanese flick. Like he's had enough. Like he's taking it. Yo, this Mercedes-Benz on my left got the most exaggerated glitter blue paint job. It's literally glitter. And it's blue. On my left. You ain't gonna see him because he hasn't pulled forward yet. If he pulls forward about a half a foot, you'll see this thing. Mercedes-Benz, a giant wing, some black rims. There he goes. Go, 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 go. Go. It's a green light, dude. Go. Go. I want them to see it. Look at it. You see it? Yo, he's out. He went too fast, too furious on us. That joint had like a blue sparkly paint job. I don't think the camera did justice. So these people who live here on Skid Row, they see the downtown every day. They see the skyline every day. Do you think the skyline gives them hope? We have a tattoo shop on my right. We're passing Kohler. You got the United States Post Office on my left. Look at right here across the street from the post office. You got a little tent set up. Look at right here again across the street. Passing Sears or Ceres. Could be Kears. Gentleman on my right walking with a pump. You got a scrap truck on my left. Passing Gladys Ave. Passing Gladys. Passing Stanford. We got the bike shop on my right. We're passing town. We got the ambulance right here on my left. Los Angeles Fire Department ambulance. Now, I don't know the drug of choice they're utilizing here, too. I know in Philadelphia, I think one of the main drugs of choice was fentanyl. Fentanyl, horse trank. Most recently, I heard, which was shockingly surprising for Philadelphia, was crystal. I heard of that in Philly. I heard of a few other things. But I think the main culprit has been the fentanyl. I don't know if they're using fentanyl here yet. I don't know if it's popular here. I don't know if it's just traditional methods of substance abuse. On our left, there's a tent that says contact us. It has their Facebook, their Instagram, their what's that, Vimeo? Yeah, their Vimeo, their Cash App. JB store display fixture. And you know what I've seen? I've seen a lot of homies drive around randomly, just in this video alone, with blue bandanas or red bandanas, one of the two, or accents of clothing. A particle of clothing be like a red hoodie. Particle of clothing, for example, some dude just rode by on a blue bike. He had the blue bandana tied to his front of his bike. He had a blue flag hanging out his. So I don't know if these people are really like crippin', if that's the term to use. You know, active gang members in 2022. I don't know what an active gang member consists of. Like, what are the requirements? What are the duties of an active gang member in 2022? I guess one of them would probably be ride for your team. So Skid Row covers 50 city blocks, 2.71 square miles. That's interesting. 50 square blocks, or 50 city blocks, I should say. Wow, this accord in front of us is not making any progress. Come on, chameleon. Anyway, I think I should make this left on San Pedro because I was about to enter the fashion district. Ha! I straight up was about to keep going straight. In front of us is the fashion district. We don't want to go through the fashion district. But look, we got tents right here in the corner of the fashion district. Look right there in that corner. Blankets, tents, quilts, all sorts of stuff. We got Mama's Tacos on our left. I said tacos. LA Flower Place on our right. B&B Event Supplier on our left. Wholesale Flowers on our left. These are all florist businesses. Florists on our left and on our right. Flowers. You want flowers? Come to this block. This is the block you want to come to. I'm going to make this left here. Let's see if this block provides any better results. 700 block of San Pedro. We got Allison Flowers on our left. This is Agatha Street. We're on Agatha. Punch buggy, no punch back. Punch whoever next to you, your mother, your brother, your father, your sister, your niece, your nephew, your friend, your family, your cat, your cricket, your mouse, your neighbor, your teacher. Look, we got tents right out here, right next to the trees on my left. Crocker Street. We're on Crocker and Agatha. The 600 block of East Agatha. We got the ambulance right here in front of us. I wonder where they're responding to a call here in Skid Row. I wonder how many calls do they get here in Skid Row. Well, he got a whole bunch of bikes over here on the corner. Wow, he got a bunch of scrap metal out there in the corner. We're approaching Town Ave. We're at Agatha and Town Ave. We're approaching Stanford Ave. got the Teamsters building on my left-hand side, whatever that is. Monthly parking and filming location available on my right. Stanford Ave, Agatha and Stanford Ave. We got Rex Fabrics on my left. There's little tents too on my left and on my right. Little scattered tents for some of these blocks. Somebody walking a little teeny dog on my left. They're working on a SUV on my left. Taiwan Seafood and Fish Corporation. Lavitex Inc. right in front of us. I'm going to make this right-hand turn. Graffiti on my left. Artwork on my right. Graffiti, graffiti, graffiti. There's a bird scooter sitting out there. Spandex. There's a business right here on my left called Spandex. Organic, handmade. Wow. Spandex. Don't you use spandex when you go like jogging or exercising and stuff? Alright, we're going to make this right-hand turn. Gotta be careful, there's traffic. 700 block of Gladys. We're going to turn right. 3, 2, 1 now. Good. So remember, we did some cross blocks. Now we're doing some up and downs. All right, we're going to take this straight down to San Jose because we're actually outside of Skid Row by 2 blocks. Skid Row will be bordered by 7th Street. Right now we're on 8th Street. But there's still tents. You will still find tents on the outskirts of Skid Row. We're at the intersection of 8th and Stanford. We got the Bellagio building on our right-hand side. It is a fabric business called the Bellagio, 26 Inc. We're passing town. Got some businesses on my left. Look at that Volkswagen on my left. That's beautiful. You see it? So clean. I see a few scattered tents on my right. Not too much on my left, but I'm going to make a right. I'm going to just go right back into Skid Row. Build better. That's what the advertisement says directly in front of us on the billboard. Jaquila Flower Shop. Pariacio Floral. Paris Flowers. La Esquina de Amor Flower Shop. They're all flower shops. Orchid Wholesaler. Let's make this right-hand turn on San Pedro. We can take San Pedro to 3rd Street because it spans from 7th Street to 3rd Street. That's the outline for Skid Row. Got a nice dog on my right. We're going to take this up to 3rd Street. We're at 7th Street right now. We have a tent on my left on the corner. And you see regular people, regular residents, pedestrians, whoever passes, passerbyers, whoever walks by. They're used to it. They're already accustomed to this. We're at the 600 block of 7th Street, East 7th Street. Then we got tents on my right. We have tents on my left. More tents on my right. Let me pull over. There's a lot of traffic. Whoa. Traffic flies down here. Everybody's out and these potholes aren't doing it. The Midnight Mission on our left. Got somebody fixing up their little Impala right here on my right. We're on 6th Street. You see how much activity is out here on this corner? So much activity. All right, we're going to pull up a little closer. We're at the intersection of 6th and San Pedro. All right, we're going to continue moving forward. We're passing 6th Street. Traveling about 12, 13 miles an hour. They had a free HIV van test out here. They give you free HIV tests. Union Rescue Mission. We're passing 5th Street. Remember, 5th Street was the street that you can see from the U.S. Bank building. Probably pretty clear. We're passing Winston. We got D&W Floral Design on our left. More floral designers. Floral Plants, Silk Plants Corporation, and more. White Cloud Trading Inc. Smoking Accessories, wholesale only on my left. Wow, a lot of pipe businesses. I guess you can get yourself a nice pipe over here for the low. All right, we're passing 4th Street. There's tents over here on my left across the street. Like on the main street, there's tents out here. We're on 3rd Street. 3rd Street's the border, so if we pass 3rd Street, we will no longer be in the neighborhood. But what I want to do is... Hold up, could I go down? Yes, it looks like I could have went down that part of 3rd Street. No, I couldn't. Sorry. Let's make this U-turn right here. And let's turn right here on Boyd. Because 3rd Street shoots towards us. Look at this little lunch truck on my right. Executive lunch to go. Yo, look like a Transformers. A Dodge. Old Style. It's a little brewery on my right hand side. We're at Omar and Boyd Street. That would be Omar Ave. You can't make a right on 3rd, so we have no choice but to go left. But this is the border. So we're going to make this left-hand turn. We're next to the Jodu Shu Buddhist temple on my left-hand side. Jodu Shu North America Buddhist Temple. We got Concentra American Care or Urgent Care on our left. Let's make this left. At the end of the 19th century, a number of residential hotels opened in the area as it became home to a transient population of seasonal laborers. By the 1930s, Skid Row was home to as many as 10,000 homeless people, alcoholics, and others on the margins of society. It supported saloons, residential hotels, and social services, which drew people from populations they served to congregate in the area. Wow, so since the early 1900s, people have been homeless here? This has been, wow, so there was a line when they was like, yo, Tune, it's been like that forever. That sucks. That sucks horribly. So I wonder, is there like generational homelessness taking place here? I'm gonna make a right here. This block looks like it's thriving, has a bunch of businesses on it. Mr. Nice Guy Sunflower Creations on my left. Lucid Air Bar Carts on my right. Glass Shop. LA Smoke Dispensary Shop. Big Chief. Green King. Vape Plus. Arza. Elegant World. Candyland. Look at this little lunch truck, food truck on my left. Wow, you see that food truck? That thing was pimped out. Like a Pimp My Ride version of a food truck. Mr. Green on my right. So a lot of smoke accessories, bongs and all that stuff on this block. On Wall Street, the intersection of Boyd and Wall Street. So if you want a bong or something of that nature, come to Boyd and Wall Street. I'm gonna make this left here. I'm gonna attempt to make this left. I'm gonna be careful. There's a Nissan Juke. Thank you very much, Nissan Juke. I appreciate you. Go ahead, OG. You're more than welcome to go. Pipe King right here in front of us. He waved at me. Thank you very much, sir. Smoking accessories. Smoking accessories. Smoking accessories. Mr. Edibles. Oh, snap. Edibles? Yo. Dispensary. Oh, that's an edible dispensary, John. Go Cool Wholesale. La Roma. Wall Street Distribution. A to Z Wholesale and more. This block right here had tons of smoke shops, man. I'm talking about an exaggerated amount of smoke shops. All right, we're at 4th and Wall Street. Now, we can actually go down further if we wanted to, because we keep turning, but we can take this down to Main Street. So we can go right and hit Main Street, which is another 2.5, 3 blocks to our right, and still be in Skid Row. We got a Halloween costume shop on my right. We got LT Gifts, Importers and Wholesalers. Fantasia Sales right in front of us. We got a toy company on my left and Got Fiesta Inc. on our left. We got a Ford Explorer in front of us, XLT with Nevada tags. We're gonna make this left-hand turn on 4th Street. We got a lot of pedestrians crossing. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait in 3, 2, yep, Toyota's turning, we're turning. Beautiful. A lot of shops, boutiques, craft stores, clothing stores, wholesale distribution, toy stores, flowers, vases, decor, wholesale, BB Elegante import, and so on. We're approaching San Pedro. We're going to be making a right-hand turn on San Pedro. I'm going to try to make this right, make sure this truck doesn't hit me. Because he's like coming to the end. He was coming to the end of the corner. Estambres La Pantera Rosa on our left, importer and wholesaler. All right, we can make a right here on Winston. We're going to make a right on 5th Street. And we're going to take that to the border. Remember I was saying that Main Street's the border? We keep turning shy of the border block. Let's make this right on 5th Street. So you got tents everywhere. I'm going to take this down to Main Street. Got a gentleman crossing the street with crutches. We had a lot of people out here walking, sitting, congregating. We're at Wall Street. We're going to pass Wall Street. We got a bunch of businesses on our right. Socks, shirts, hats, clothing, underwears, and more. Vapor shops, if you're into the vape pens and smoking the vapes. Paradise Imports, toy stores, toys, more toys, homemade products, wireless business, cell phone wireless, Tech Point, cellular accessories, cell phone repair, vitamins, a lot of outdoor stands. We're passing Los Angeles Street. We got the Baltimore Hotel on my left-hand side. Now we're approaching Main Street. Look at, he's pointing down at the ground. Look at him. Like if he was about to do like some DC Marvel comics, like some Incredible Hulk stuff and punch the ground. I thought he was about to do like a ground pound. Let's make this left-hand turn. This is Gallery Row, Main Street. Now Main Street, I can't make a left anyway. Main Street is the border of the neighborhood. So once we pass Main Street, we're no longer in Skid Row, but we're gonna make a left on Spring Street ahead and make another left and come right back into Skid Row. We got a couple on my left walking, taking a stroll. Let's make this left-hand turn on Spring Street. LA Dodgers on our right. We got a kebab house on my right-hand side. Passing a pedestrian crossing. $5 cash parking. First 12 minutes. Wow, that's a ripoff. $4 each 20 minutes. That was crazy. It said first 12 minutes. Spring for Coffee on our left. I Love Fashion Los Angeles on my right. Fry Madness on my right. E-scooter on my left. Gentleman waiting for the bus on my right. That's the 28, 30, and 33 bus stop. We got a mini market on our left. Living room, vape, and smoke shop on our left. Hookah, cigar lounge on our left. Starbucks in front of us on our right-hand side across the street. Tell your cat I said, psst, psst, psst. Ha ha ha. The Acura TLX in front of us, they have a bumper sticker that says, tell your cat I said, or unless it means, psst, 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 psst. Ha ha ha. It's PSPSPS. Yeah, look at this gold El Camino on our right-hand side. We got a Chevy El Camino that just pulled up. You see it? It's gold. We got a nice mural on the corner of this building. I'm going to try to make this left on this yellow arrow. Oh, Beethoven. I think I saw Beethoven. Bohemian House of Espresso Coffee on the left. So once we approach Main Street, which is where we're at right now, once we cross Main Street, we'll be back in Skid Row. Metro Local on our right-hand side. Advertising Star Trek Discovery. Her time is now. And you know who's responsible for Star Trek Discovery? Paramount Pictures. And you know how far Paramount Picture Studio is from here? Like 20 minutes. 20, 25 minutes depending on traffic. So that's what I be talking about. In LA, it's crazy because you'll see the movies advertised on billboards or posters and stuff like that, or buses. And the movie or the studio that's responsible for producing it, editing it, funding it, and so on is minutes away. It's not like we're in Philly, we see a billboard that's to a movie. Yeah, the movie was shot in LA. Or the movie was, produced and shot in Miami or blah, 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 blah. We're in like the epicenter of entertainment. All right, we're passing Los Angeles. Let's take this straight up. We got a lot of people on our left, a lot of people on our right. Got a bus on our right with a Jinshin Impact advertisement. Quick Mart LA on our right. Approaching Maple Street. We're passing Maple Street. All right, we're gonna make this right-hand turn on Wall Street. Nah, let's keep on going straight. I think straight is a fair way to close out, right? We're passing Wall Street.